Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you are listening to Idea Diary. How's it going, y'all? I'm back. There is a plane flying over right as I hit record. Helicopter, plane, I don't know. Let's move on. Let's keep it going. I'm trying to just jump in the show. It's so hard. I don't know what my problem is. I'm trying a different height on the microphone because I could still feel I feel like I could hear my nose breathing out when I was talking. So hopefully this height is the ticket, or else I have to go higher. I don't know. We're working on it. Working on all the show kinks and making it happen. Okay, so one thing, I got an email from Sophia from LinkedIn, Sophia Amoruso from Nasty Gal Girl Boss. She has a newsletter that comes through LinkedIn, and I follow the newsletter just to see how it would work. And it comes to my email, and it comes to as like a notification inside LinkedIn. So I don't know if that's a feature that anyone can use, or if LinkedIn has some sort of top tier CEO newsletter type of option. It could be like a beta test to see if it works, but I'm not subscribed to any newsletter, and I do read hers, but she doesn't put out newsletters all the time or anything. It's like once every month or 2 months or something. And it does seem whatever her little newsletter is about seems interesting enough. And it's short. It's not like some huge long diatribe of some kind. But yeah, so anyway, her little newsletter today she was kind of going over her successes and failures and just kind of what's going on, because she's basically can do anything that she wants. She somehow magically sold Girl Boss at the end in December or November of 2019. So it was like she got a huge payday, I'm sure. I don't know how huge. I'm guessing it was pretty good. And then whoever bought it, poor guy or girl, I mean, it just went from anything could happen to zero. Because mainly the Girl Boss they were trying to build a social media platform, and they were basically trying to do in-person events. And since that doesn't exist anymore, I think it was kind of done. So anyway, so before the Girl Boss business, she did Nasty Gal, which was, she took an eBay store to multi-million-dollar business, and it was an online store and was doing well, and then they decided to make physical locations, and it tanked. And in this particular letter, she had mentioned that she had replaced herself as the CEO long before the Nasty Gal went under. But I have to say, if I remember correctly, I mean, she could have replaced herself a long time ago, but she didn't announce it. It seemed like a pretty fast transition from her not being CEO anymore to someone new being a CEO to the whole company tanking. So I don't know exactly how long that took, but it definitely, from the outside looking in, it was like, oh, this new woman that got to be the CEO of Nasty Gal was kind of like she was taking a job to not be fired, but to kind of be the the person that was the head of the ship while it sank. That's what it looked like. Not that that's a bad thing. Sophia's accomplishments are very impressive. And she seems very cool. She has that, I don't know. She has that, I like bitchy girls sometimes. It's not that I think it's cool to be bitchy, but I definitely, whatever her personality is like a personality that I get along with and I like, and she seems cool, but to me anyway. So I do like her, but anyways, the whole point of this was just to tell you about LinkedIn newsletters, if and when they're available for normal people. I do think that seems pretty cool. But she was saying that the end of her letter was something like, she's in the trenches with all of us. She's bootstrapping and she's kind of starting. I mean, she probably has a ton of money to do whatever she wants or to try something new. And if she probably has lots of investor options. However, she's starting new, and I do think, I don't know, I just like that idea. And it kind of made me think about me in coming on and making a podcast every day and feeling like I don't really have, what is that called when people feel like a fake? I don't know, it'll come to me. There's a name for that. Imitator syndrome. There's some sort of lingo that everyone uses. But so with me in this show, I don't want to be a teacher. Zero plans to be a coach of any kind. For me, this show idea diary is I'm kind of archiving my business journey, and if somebody else wants to check it out, and if I'm learning things along the way and it actually helps somebody, that seems pretty awesome to me. And it is helping me, I think, to do this publicly. The idea of it sounds really awful, but once I'm in it, I'm feeling pretty good just coming on the camera and pushing record. And, I feel like I might be further along than some. So I might know a few things more than somebody else, but I'm also way behind on a lot of other people. But I feel like wherever I am, and I feel valuable in some way to somebody. And I kind of don't know why I'm doing this, except that I know that I want great communication skills. I want to be able to talk to the camera and say something valuable and be able to have the one-way conversation that is super bizarre, but I want to be able to show my personality and have you all love me, whatever, but I think the younger people that have lived online the whole time, so I feel like my generation, we were kind of taught that you don't put everything online. You hold it back. You don't, it's a really bad idea to even say anything of your real feelings online. Whereas the younger people that got to kind of grow up on YouTube and their whole life is archived in some way. And yeah, it might be embarrassing because you did backflips when you were 12 and there's some YouTube video with you and all your friends being crazy and maybe toilet paper in someone's house. But it's not, there's some things that you definitely can ruin your life in 2 seconds, but there's also some things that you only have one life, so let's remember it. I'm sort of jealous of all the people that have their entire 20s documented. And, that would be super rad if we had done that. I was pretty much spent my 20s in LA, and all the friends and all the things and the jobs and I think we would have all looked back on that if we would have filmed ourselves the way that people do now. We would have not regretted it. I just have a feeling. But there is that space where you can totally make a fool of yourself. There's that saying where, it takes a lifetime to build a reputation and it takes 1 second to ruin it. But at the same time, if people make mistakes, you have to be able to apologize, and you don't have to kill yourself. People make mistakes, and you can work, trust again, or do better, or have a different outlook. So, I was definitely scared to talk every day and worry about what stupid things I would say, and it was just is there forever on the internet. But I feel like it's not so bad. It's not so scary. I have two new money mindset phrases for myself. I really do believe when you say something over and over again, and maybe you joke all the time. Like, I always joke about how rich I am. I think it's funny, but it's not. I'm certainly not bragging, but it just kind of feels. It feels funny to me to say phrases about, having lots of money, or always being lucky, or always, whatever, because I always get front row parking. I always get, everything kind of goes my way all the time. I don't have, even if things don't go my way, I always look at the bright side and figure out, like, how am I benefiting from this? Because there's always, seems like, a silver lining. But one thing that I used to always say was I always make enough money to pay my bills, but I can't make more. It was kind of the reality of what was happening, but I do feel like I would always say that. But now I figured out two new things to say, and that is everything I do turns into gold. Because I used to say that about one friend of mine, because everything he did, it would turn to gold. If he made a record, it would get reviewed in the best places, and he'd always go on tour, and it was just like everything he did was good. And I would say, everything you do turns to gold. And so now I'm going to say that about myself, and we'll see how that goes. And another thing is, I always feel like, the more you teach yourself about money, and kind of the more you know about how to manage money, the more money that will show up into your life. Because that's what a lot of people that win the lottery, they all, like 99% of those people, lose every single dime, because some reason. It's like when you don't know how to manage the money, it's almost like you might as well not get it, because you're going to lose it, a lot of the time. So I'm always on financial podcasts or figuring out, and I'm a super weirdo. So I think about money in a very different way than a normal person. So there's no financial advice coming from me at the moment. But, I don't know. So my new money mantra, my new money mindset saying for myself is, I know how to manage millions of dollars. And I feel like that is something that I was like missing telling myself and kind of trusting. Because I do feel like if I know exactly what to do with $1 million right now. And it would make money. And it would have nothing to do with, it would just be instant. I would know exactly what to do. So I'm ready, world, send it to me. But if I had $10 million, I don't know, there's like a part of me that thinks, oh, maybe I'd mess that up. Or it's not. I know that seems crazy, but there is a way that if you don't know how to manage lots of money, you can lose it. So anyway, yeah. So I keep my money mindset little things like on one sheet of paper, so I always add the new ones. And I don't know. When I think about it, I'll show you my sheet. But I think we've hit 15 minutes today, so I'm going to wrap up the show. Thanks for coming. And I still don't know how to end the show, so I'm just going to play the music.